John, first packages of the season.
Yes, sir. Yep, this is awesome.
They look good, don't they?
They look real good. They look.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're tight. Not a lot of D's in the bottom. Look good. Nice clusters.
Oh, there's Jack. These are getting sold to the University of Georgia. Jack from the Bee Lab is picking them up in their brand new truck. I don't know why it took them so long to get a new truck out of their university, but they just got this one. Nice truck. Anyway, John, you know what to do.
Yes, sir. We're ready.
Jack, you mind if I put you on camera?
Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. This is Jack from the University of Georgia Bee Lab. You've been there a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, it'll be 12 years
Oh
this
my.
August.
Big things are happening over there. Jamie Ellis is coming into
Yeah, we're
town.
excited. Yeah, we're so
So
excited.
between him and Lewis, you're going to have quite a show going on over there.
It's going to be great. It's going to be, you know, I think there's a chance that the Bee Lab could really make a lot of progress in these next few years.
A chance? Yeah, I think you got
Yeah.
better than average
Yeah,
chance.
yeah.
I could be way wrong, but I view it as a world-class situation. I think
so.
you guys are going to be at the top of the game.
Yeah, in the Southeast, it's we're looking pretty good. You know, you still got great Bee Labs at Auburn, and
Yeah.
I'm forgetting people, but you know, I think with Jamie leaving Florida, they're going to miss him.
They're going to miss him, yeah. Of course, Jamie's a Georgia boy. He's just coming home.
Yeah, we're excited. He's, you know, I think he's they're starting to renovate a facility for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And millions of dollars worth of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. So what are you going to do with these packages?
I think they're going to be part of a study, something to do with Varroa. I can't exactly say yet.
Privileged information?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. So,
Okay.
you know, we've been doing Varroa research for as long as I've been at the lab, so
Forever,
just continuing
yeah.
on it.
Varroa.
Yeah, it's all.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so you get in this round of packages, and what are you getting on the next load? Another 50?
Yeah, another 50 next load on April 10th, and there'll be 25 Saskatraz and 25 Golden West.
We all are good customers because you keep killing bees.
Yeah, it's the nature of research, unfortunately. We're good at that.
Yeah.
God, I'm probably responsible for more bee death than most people who've been beekeeping for
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
11 or 12 years.
No, you got to do it. You got to push them to the max to get the information.
Yeah, we're hoping to keep the 25 Saskatraz and the 25 Golden West. We're hoping that they'll fare a little better. We're excited about those queens.
Yeah, Golden West are doing pretty good for us. We've had Saskatraz. Actually, Saskatraz, in my experience, is one of the more robust bees.
Yeah.
They're just a little feistier than the Golden West, so I actually prefer the Golden West. Yeah. I'm getting spoiled in my old age, Jack. I like gentle bees.
Oh, me too. They're going to be in the same apiary, though, so I get to work maybe
yeah.
I'll work the Golden West first
Yeah.
before I get everybody riled up.
Yeah. I remember Jamie and I were working in my apiary once, a long time ago, with Carl Webb, and we were comparing South Georgia to, what were we doing? Oh, to Russians.
Yeah.
And Jamie and I were working on one side of my bee yard, and Carl was working on the other. And it was like our side was gentle, and we weren't getting stung. And as soon as we walked over to Carl's side, we were getting the crap stung out of us. So I'm all about gentle bees. I'm done with mean bees.
I wish we were, but
Yeah.
right now we have some feisty girls at the lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know you do.
Some old commercial stock that's requeened naturally, and they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Well, you got some mite resistance going on around Danielsville there, I know. You know, Tom there with the Danielsville club's getting a lot of swarms off the Broad River, and he says there's no beekeepers there.
That's awesome.
So, you know, that's not far from you.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, it's good to see you. And I guess we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Bob.
Okay, thanks.
Good to see you.
We had Jack pick up these packages real early because we have bee school today. We'd have about 30, well, more than 30, maybe 45 people show up for beginner bee school. This is our third class of the year. Katie is in charge. Katie's in charge of bee school. Katie Goodman.
Busy day.
Busy day, yes. Field day this afternoon too. We'll have a whole bunch of people here looking in beehives. It's Monday morning, March 30th. We're setting up cell builders. A lot of commotion going on in one yard.
Put write a P and an E on the frame.
So right now we're setting up 4 cell builders each week. We'll graft 45 cells into each one. If we have a good take, we should end up with 160 cells or so. This is our second week. Last week we had a pretty good take. Got a lot of different breeder queens this year. We have some Caucasian, artificially inseminated Caucasians. New World Carniolan inseminated with Caucasian. And we have some open mated Golden West, which are really good. We've got the best of the best in this yard. For instance, we have 2 Golden West that have not been treated in a year and a half, are still showing zeros in a mite wash. We're going to use those as breeders. We have a couple breeders from Trevor Bowden up in Wisconsin, Lloyd Street Bees. He's doing a good job of creating a mite resistant line. Got some artificial inseminated breeders from him. So let's see. And we're going to create a bunch of breeders later this coming month. Shabu Raj, our friend from Brentwood, Tennessee, very good artificial inseminator, is going to come over and do a whole bunch of insemination for us and for himself. We've got a few Caucasian colonies that are showing zeros after a year and a half of no treatment. He wants the drones out of them to inseminate with some Caucasian virgins he's going to have from stock that he's received from the University of Washington State over there. That stock came from the Republic of Georgia. That's the Caucasian stuff that he and I have both been working with the last several years. Let's see what's going on over here.
What's up, Bob?
I'm just checking on you, John.
Oh, yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
put you on camera.
Yep. It's coming along. We just got to feed that and then get some more shakes. And then we got 2 extra broods we're going to have to find to put somewhere.
Yeah, you always end up with a few extra brood by the time you're done shaking bees in. Of course, the bottom becomes a queenless cell starter for 2 days, and the queen ends up in the top box over a double screen board. That's the way we've been doing it for a long time. It works for us. We brought in a lot of really good stock into this yard for drone stock for these nukes that are behind me.
Yeah, this thing.
Yard's full of colonies that haven't been treated in a year and a half, and they're showing 0 mites. An interesting side note in this yard, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. It's very overcast. It's very cool. It's probably about 55 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm wandering around with the camera with no veil on, and the bees are not aggressive at all. That has to do with the lines of bees we have in here. So we're here today checking on some nukes we made last week. We put 48-hour-old queen cells in these nukes, allowed them to finish the cells themselves. That actually works, as long as you're using a good stout nuke. I don't like the results if you're using a small nuke, like a 1 or 1.5 frames of brood type of nuke. But these were pretty good. 2 frames of brood and lots of bees, shook in extra bees, good nutrition, lots of pollen, and we put on a jar of thin syrup, and they generally finish the cells pretty good. Again, we put in 48-hour-old queen cells. Sounds bizarre, but it actually works if you do it right. And these cells are scheduled to hatch day after tomorrow. And I'm here today to check each nuke individually to make sure that the cell we put in got finished and that they didn't build a bunch of cells otherwise. In other words, emergency cells built on their own. I want our cell to hatch and take over the nuke. I'm just here to see what's going on. In many cases, there won't be any other cells. It'll just be our cell, but occasionally they'll have others. And of course, we want to make sure that our cell takes over the nuke because we're trying to use specific genetics. Beautiful day, beautiful morning here in Clayton, Georgia. So this is what we run into. They finished the cell we put in nicely. It's a good cell. Cell cups right there. but they also built their own. So I'll remove these or kill them so that our cell hatches and takes over the nuke. I'm looking at a plant in my neighbor's yard. His property belongs to my neighbor Jack, who is a plant person. He's got all kinds of stuff in his yard. This one is called witch alder. It's really gorgeous. It has a weird smell. See if this will focus on the rest of the plant up there. It's in full bloom. I can hear the bees. The bees are humming in this stuff. And I guess you can buy it. I don't know. I need to ask him if you can actually buy this plant in a nursery. See if I can get a close-up of this flower. The smell is very interesting. It's almost a licorice smell, but not quite. It's hard to describe because it doesn't smell like anything else I've ever smelled. But apparently the bees like it a lot. And of course there's not a ton of things blooming right now, so anything that's attractive at all, they get all over it. We're about 200 yards from my bee yard at home, so obviously plenty close. And wouldn't you know it, when I walked up here there were bees all over these things, and now that I'm taking photographs there's no bees here anymore. Very interesting flower. Jack's got all kinds of stuff blooming in his yard. The more I look around, the more I see. He's not home right now, or I'd put him on the spot and ask him some questions. And you can tell a plant nerd lives in this place. I shouldn't call him that. That's the wrong word. A plant person. So.
He wouldn't mind that terminology.
You don't think Jack would mind being called a plant nerd?
I don't think so. He's comfortable enough in himself.
Here's Kevin's in from Nebraska. What do you think we have here?
I'm going to use my Picture This app and try to find out.
Okay.
If I can remember how to run it. Here we go.
An interesting viney thing.
Yeah.
Can you smell that smell? Something smells right here.
It's different.
So we're in Hollywood, Georgia, and we're looking at what we call wild cherry. I think it would be properly known as wild black cherry. I've talked about it in previous videos. The taste of this nectar is horrible. It truly tastes just like a lot of cars going by. It truly tastes like Robitussin cough syrup. It's actually horrible. And now I'm going to have a little fun here with Selena and Cody. Cody, would you grab one of them flowers? You guys give it a sniff. I want to get your take on what that smells like.
Yeah, that's surprisingly bad. Cody?
Have you smelled that before?
Yeah, it's not great.
It's kind of hard to smell.
Oh, you must get a bigger one. I think you're going to be impressed with the aroma.
Yeah, not good. No.
Not good. That's all I can say.
It's pretty.
It does. Let me smell it again. Not that I need to. Oh, that's horrible. I don't even know what to compare that to. It's a terrible.
Smells
So
as bad
let's
as
get a
the
close up of the
taste.
flower. We can see if we can focus on it. The bees love it. They work the heck out of it. And smart beekeepers around here wait till it's done blooming before they put their surplus supers on, because you do not want that in your honey if you can help it. So after talking to Richard Knoll, I think we need to put our traps a little closer to the beehives. He's suggesting right close, within a couple feet. Although we've got some hornets in this thing. We're also selling these in our store. They're a little more expensive than the Vespas, but I kind of like the design. They've got the little roof on here that sheds the rain, and then the bait station right there in the middle. This thing's working. We've got grape juice and brown sugar in there. I think it's 2 tablespoons of brown sugar to a cup of grape juice. And after this thing has been here for a week, we've got about 4 or 5 European hornets in there. It looks like they're queens, now that I'm understanding what they look like. So this thing's working. I'm really glad to see that. And we're making splits in this yard.